It's Thursday night and time for Banana Shirt Good News Only. Something has happened politically that quite literally no one thought was possible. A Democrat has won a special election in Iowa to take over a seat in the state Senate that had been held by a Republican for 13 years. And she didn't do it with fancy social media, and she didn't do it with big contributions from mega donors. She did it by meeting people on the street where they were at, by knocking on doors, and by being delightful. This is Caitlin Dray, and we couldn't be prouder of her. Because of Caitlin's win, the governor of Iowa, the far-right MAGA Republican Kim Reynolds, will no longer be able to get her political appointees and judges confirmed. Her win during this special session broke the supermajority that Republicans have held on Iowa for, ever. No tricks, no gimmicks, no flashy social media campaign. Honest to goodness, knocking on doors, talking to friends and neighbors, and promising them, after listening to them, that she would fight for them to have a better, safer, easier life in Iowa. When you feel like your vote doesn't matter, remember that Caitlin Dray made Iowa history. 400 people who woke up and said, you know what? I'm going to give her a try. I'm going to get up, go down to that voting booth. I'm going to trust one more time in our institutions and in our systems of democracy. And I'm going to give Caitlin Dray my vote. If you're feeling a little lost out there because the establishment Democrats aren't giving you something to get excited about, I want to remind you one more time about the Working Families Party. Working Families Party is not some third party. It is not a spoiler thing. They are an organization that helps you identify progressive Democratic candidates, folks like Zoran Mamdani, to win primaries so that eventually they could go on and win the big election and start to push Democratic politics further left. All the work the Working Families does up front to build community and coalition and win primaries for progressives is extremely important, especially right now. Because eventually, once we get to the candidate, they are going to endorse who's on the blue line, right? Like they endorsed Kamala Harris. They're not spoilers. They're not going to run somebody in the general election who could potentially lose the election to the right wing. They're smart. They're winning primaries so that the progressive candidate is the one who makes it to the general election. When you sign up, you get to attend a welcome gathering to meet other people who are coming into the party at the same time as you are. And there's also little groups like this New Jersey Gardeners for the Working Family Party, Wolfpack. Don't give up, but don't give in either, okay? You don't have to run back to the Democratic Party. Join the Working Families Party, even just for a little while, just to see what it's like to go through some of the primaries with us. Maybe you like it. Maybe we get some more progressive people in. Maybe we make even more impossible things possible.